Now that we've had a mindful moment, let's have a look at inclusion and what inclusion means and how do we remove barriers to ensure inclusion for deaf community members. In order to do this, we need to identify challenges that community members face, particularly within medical, mental health, legal, and post secondary settings.
Before we start identifying challenges and barriers, we want to understand what group of individuals are we talking about? How large is this group that are impacted by these challenges and these barriers? So here in this slide, we have a diagram from Stats Canada, and it breaks down by population how many people have identified as being hearing, hard of hearing, deaf, or deafblind. So in Canada, we have 35 million people who are able to hear, and we have 3.15 million Canadians who are hard of hearing or identify as being hard of hearing. We have 340,000 individuals who are deaf in Canada or have identified themselves as being deaf. And then we have 11,000 Canadians who are deafblind. One thing that we want to note about the collection of Stats Canada, if you look at the Canadian Association of the Deaf in terms of their position paper, the numbers might be higher than this. Some individuals may not view their deafness as a disability, so may not identify as being deaf as a disability and would not be a factor in the statistics. Also, accessibility. Some individuals might not fill out the form because it's in English rather than in ASL in their first language. So gathering the statistical information, these numbers are an approximate number of people who responded. The numbers could be a little bit higher than what's represented here. I think that's important to note, but it allows us to go on to our next activity. Now we're ready to do the activity, and in a minute we're going to pause the video, but first I will explain the activity. What we are going to do are we're going to list appointment types within various settings, as well as listing a few challenges within those settings. So for example, we have medical, mental health, legal, and post-secondary. So you're going to create a column for each of those. And then in the medical setting, you're going to list what are the different types of appointments that you can have in a medical setting. And then what are some challenges that might be faced within each of those appointments. And then you're going to do the same thing for mental health, legal, and post-secondary. You're going to have a little bit of overlap in terms of what the challenges are from appointment to appointment, but that's okay. So we're going to stop the video now, and you're going to make your list of the different appointments within the various settings, and then you're going to list the challenges within those settings. And then we're going to come back as a group and review what you've created on your activity. I look forward to it.